Alright, let's do this. Pioneer League. Starfield of Doom. Sandwurm Convergence Edition. Round 1. Oh, I hate it when it does. Let me close out these other windows real quick. Okay, we've got a hidden stockpile, we've got a Birth of Meletis, we have 2 final payments, and we have lands. I'm kind of in favor of this. I think I'm going to keep. No green mana, but we don't really need green mana that badly right now. Hi, did you just wake up from your, 3-hour nap? Opponent starts Spire Bluff Canal and plays Crash Through. Every once in a while, a doggo's tail moves in the circular motion. Yep, mine does that quite a lot. He does the helicopter tail. Storm Chaser Mage. Okay. We draw Calyx. I think I'm in favor of playing this first. If I have to sack it, I'm not too upset about it. And if we play a hidden stockpile before it leaves, we can actually just get a servo out of it. Adeliz, the Cinderwind. Okay. That seems like something we need to kill, but we did just draw a Wrath. We'll play a Plains, play hidden stockpile. And I think we're just planning on Wrathing next turn. Hopefully we don't die. I can't imagine we do, but with that many prowess triggers, it might be a problem. Okay. Opponent gets in for 3. That's all. Please play another creature. Soulscar Mage. Land tapped. Okay. And we drew a Temple Garden, so we can play Calyx next turn. Hey, are you biting me? That's what I thought. Okay. I guess, well, we have to just shatter the sky, I think. Hopefully we don't get... Sweet! Yeah! Seems good to me. Opponent has second Adeliz. Plays a land. And the Wizard's Lightning our face. Gets in for 3, takes us to 9. And on our upkeep, let's go ahead and scry. I'm kind of in favor of keeping a Doom Foretold. Draw Doom Foretold. So we can either play Hidden Stockpile and Final Payment, or we can Calyx and minus, and I think I'm in favor of Calyx minus. Play Calyx. -3. Exile until Hidden Stockpile leaves. Pass the turn. Get a servo. If they play a creature... Oh, wow, they're just done. Wow. Just destroyed blue-red prowess with that Wrath. That was great. Okay. Blue-red prowess. I feel like we want the 4th Wrath. Murderous Riders might be relevant for multiple reasons. And we're going to go down History of Benalia. I think we're just swapping Murderous Riders for them. And we're going to cut... What do we cut for the last Shatter the Sky? What's worse? What's the worst? Also, hilariously, if we ever land Sandwurm Convergence, it's almost a moat. Because they, all their creatures fly except Soulscar. Maybe we cut a Doom Foretold, just because it's going to be really slow. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, if we draw another land, this is good. This is real good. I'm going to keep. Opponent starts Mountain into Swift Spear. Gets in for 1. There's another land. So play Godless Shrine tapped. Pass the turn. Steam Vents into Storm Chaser, gets in for 2, we draw. Another Oath of Kaya is good. Unfortunately, I think we have to Fabled Passage this turn, just so we can guarantee we can cast an Oath next turn. So play Fabled Passage. Crack it, we're going to get another Plains, just in case we draw a Wrath. Okay, opponent plays Crash Through. And a Soulscar Mage. Gets in for 4. Go to 13. Untap, we draw Shatter the Sky, which is good. So, Shock Overgrown Tomb. Play Oath of Kaya. Shoot down Storm Chaser Mage. Go up to 14. Pass the turn. Opponent finds a land, plays a land. Plays Fevered Visions. We draw planes. Well, I don't think... We can actually Calyx to answer Fevered Visions, too. I think we just Wrath. Opponent thinking hard. They play an Abbot of Carol Keep, exiling a mountain. Crash Through. They draw a card. We draw Thoughtseize. We can Calyx minus to answer Fevered Visions, but if our opponent's got any real number of burn spells, we're just going to die. So I'm leaning towards we should answer Abbot here. Play Godless Shrine, tapped. I really don't want to shock. Kill Abbot. Shock Oath Stockpile might actually have been better. Okay, we draw Starfield of Nyx. Opponent Treasure Cruises. We go down to 7. We go down to less. Nope, just 7. They play land. Okay. Draw another Thoughtseize, which I'm not too keen on casting. Play Calyx. This might be wrong, but this is our only way to answer that, and it's probably going to kill us if we don't. But the Swift Spear might just kill us next turn. At least this way we can like pump fake a Fatal Push or something. I don't know. Maybe we should have push in this deck. Storm Chaser Mage. Wizard's Lightning, and we're dead. If our opponent had nothing else, this would have gotten us another turn, but we would have just died anyway because we wouldn't have been able to answer the enchantment. So I don't really feel that that was a misplay, but they drew so many cards. Okay. Heck, maybe we run Deafening Silence. Not really, but... let's run it back. It'll be on the play, so things should be a lot better. We'll play first. It does seem better than 2 Thoughtseize. Okay, we have 2 hidden stockpiles and a Thoughtseize. We do have a Wrath. We need to draw lands. We cannot Thoughtseize turn 1. Yeah, we'll mulligan. Okay, probably going to put back Sandwurm Convergence. But this hand's not great either. We have no enchantments to sack to final payment. We'll keep. Put back Sandwurm. Like the very early Valentine's Day tree. Oh, yes, I've been meaning to take that down. I don't think we shock for a Thoughtseize. I think we just Thoughtseize turn 2. because we have so little going on. And like the worst thing they could have is just a Swift Spear, I think. Yep. Okay. Take it in for 1. We draw Birth of Meletis, which I think I'd rather cast than Thoughtseize here. Because next turn we can Final Payment and Thoughtseize. Get a Plains. Pass the turn. Sandwurm Convergence no longer on the bottom of our library, if that's relevant. They play a Shivan Reef and an Abbot of Carol Keep, exiling a Swift Spear. We get in for 1, we go to 18, we make a wall, play a swamp, will Thoughtseize. They have Adeliz, which I think only works with wizards, and they have no wizards. They have Crash Through, Treasure Cruise, and Wild Slash. They're a ways off of Treasure Cruise, but they're going to get there quick. Adeliz is a thing that's most easily answered for us, but we could take it, and then they only have these guys, and we can block one and kill the other. I think that sets them back the most. But our wall is going to die this turn with Wild Slash. Take the shock. Yeah, actually, that's probably the best pick here. What's the matter? What's the matter? What are you whining about? There's nothing up here for you. I put all your toys down for you. Is it something I'm not throwing? Did you bring something for me to throw that I'm not throwing? Is it this? Alright, Crash Through for our opponent. Some prowess triggers. We can payment in response to the last chapter and gain 2 life still. Do they have another instant speed combat trick? They have 2 unknown cards. Who cares? We block, it's a wall. Alright. Alright. It's doing its job. Well, evidently, too. They played a land we didn't know about, rather than the one we knew about. Okay. So let's go ahead and get best value we can. Still gain life. Temple Garden, tapped. Pass the turn. When it plays a Steam Vents, untapped. Plays Adeliz. They do have a Treasure Cruise. They Wild Slash the wall. We draw Calyx. I think I'm in favor of Oathing first. That way we can Calyx minus if we have to. Alternatively, we can Calyx an uptick and provide a different target. Nah, I like Oath first. We're just going to Oath first. Shoot the one that flies. Pass turn. Opponent can Treasure Cruise. Well, bring it here, Ding Dong. Come here. Bring it here. I can't reach that. There's the Treasure Cruise. That's fair. We'll Calyx Plus. They get in for 5. We go to 11. They have 3 cards in hand. Plus Calyx. We find Hidden Stockpile, which we can shock to play, or Oath of Liliana. So we have 3 cards in hand, none of which we know. We haven't lost any permanents this turn. Dude, go play with it over there. Yeah, we'll take Oath. We can't shock there. It just doesn't work. Would really like to draw a Shatter the Sky. And they play a land. That's good news. They didn't just draw all action. They're thinking about whether or not to attack Calyx. This is good for us. Because if they attack Calyx, we gain a bunch of life. Okay, they attack us. We untap. We draw Godless Shrine. So we can guarantee we can remove 2 if we minus Calyx this turn, or we can plus and try and hit something nastier. We have 6 mana, so we could hit any 4 mana enchantment or less. Yeah, I think we just plus. Oh good, you agree with me. One moment, this might be important. Not that streaming isn't important, I apologize for the okay. Demonic Pact is delayed removal. We can't get a trigger off Stockpile this turn. So I think we actually have to take Demonic Pact. Demonic Pact. So we oath. Opponent has to sack. Okay. I actually might have to make a phone call after this. I don't want to stop streaming, but I will have to take a short break after this match, depending on whether or not a place is still open that I forgot to call, because I am a forgetful human being. It should be relatively short. Sometimes I wish I was more on top of things, but I always stretch myself just a little bit thin. Okay, so we're going to deal 4 damage to something and gain 4 life. We're going to kill Adels, however you pronounce that. Now we draw Calyx. We don't have... There's no reason to alt Calyx, so we can minus Calyx and then play Calyx and minus Calyx. Put one under each oath and then get a zombie. I think that's actually fair. We could also plus and then minus on a different one. Or minus and then plus, I mean. Plus Calyx find removal. Okay. Doom Foretold is removal. Play Godless Shrine tapped. We're not going to play the other Calyx. Not yet, anyway. This also lets us answer our own Demonic Pact. Woo! Okay. I will be right back. This is terribly unprofessional. I have to make a short phone call if there's a place that's still open. I will be right back. Actually, I can probably just stay here and mute my mic. Never mind. The 2 places I want to call are closed currently. And I just realized I'm lacking some information that I need from my fiance. And she just went back to work. So, on to round 2. Sorry for the interruption. Alright, we are on the draw. Oath of Kaya, Hidden Stockpile, all the lands to cast everything. We're keeping. Alright, looks like some kind of red-green. So start, Overgrown Tomb tapped, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Steel Leaf Champion. That is a little bit of a problem. Not tremendously so, but a little bit. Draw Oath of Liliana, play an Isolated Chapel, play a Hidden Stockpile, pass the turn. Gonna have to kind of rush to this Wrath, I think. It's gonna be bad because our opponent gets to draw and we don't. Okay. We can at least Oath of Kaya to prevent them from attacking with Lovestruck Beast. We are going to need another land. Pretty badly. So shoot down Llanowar Elves, gain some life. Our opponent does appear to be stuck on land, which means they're holding all gas. They get in for 5. We go to 13. We draw a Thoughtseize. I don't think we can actually risk a Thoughtseize. I think we actually have to Oath. I don't want to Oath, but I think we have to. It sort of protects around them drawing a 1/1. So play an Oath of Liliana. Leave the cat alone. She's sleeping. She doesn't want to play. Where's your toy? You didn't bring it back. Here's a different one. Go get it. Okay, gets rid of the Lovestruck Beast. Opponent stomps our face. How often does the cat want to play? Very rarely, but she does occasionally. We draw a Hidden Stockpile. This is not looking... It's usually at like 3 a.m. when everyone else wants to sleep, the cat wants to play. She runs around the house at 10,000 miles an hour. Opponent hits us for 5. We go to 1. Untapped Painless Land, please. That is only sort of what I asked for. And a little bit late. Well, that's really unfortunate. We were starting to get to do where we might actually recover. I don't think there's no way we can trigger Revolt. Even if we could, they can't block. We can't Shatter the Sky, we can't Doom Foretold. So we'll scoop it up. We could have thought seized for more information. I should have done that technically. Okay, so red-green Stompy. Let's get the Murderous Riders in here. Shatter the Sky seems good. Thoughtseize is probably not as good, but we might still have to rely on it. I think we go down... Yeah, I guess we go down some Thoughtseizes. And then... maybe we cut a History of Benalia? Alright, we'll try it like this. We'll play first. I think this is keepable. It's not super powerful, but we'll keep. Start Godless Shrine. Pass the turn. Opponent starts Elvish Mystic. Draw another Godless Shrine. Play Birth of Meletis. Go get our last plane, or one of our other planes is, I guess. Listen to me. Can't even speak English. Opponent plays a Lovestruck Beast. Okay, Shatter the Sky is good. Play a Temple Garden tapped. Play a Hidden Stockpile. Hope our opponent continues to commit to the board. They play a land. They go attacking. I'm not going to block. I'm going to take 5. I want them to commit, and if we snap block, they're going to know we have a Wrath. Okay. We draw a History of Benalia. We gain some life. The only problem I have here is if our opponent has a Steel Leaf champion, and we Wrath now, we're going to be really sad, but I think we have to. I guess we don't have to. We're getting a 1/1. We can play History of Benalia. One of those the problem is, like, this room goes to a T-junction, so I have to try and, like, angle it so it'll bounce in one of the other rooms so that he has to actually work to go get it. Leave the cat alone. I actually think if we play History of Benalia here, it might be a little better. Get a token. Get another token. Opponent plays a Stomping Ground untapped. Sack the Knight. That should actually fizzle the Giant, too. Another Birth of Meletis doesn't do a whole lot. I think we need something more substantial. Okay, they lose out on their Giant. They have Domri Raid. They're fighting the 1/1. Sure. So we are going to block this turn because we will have a Knight when we go to Wrath. Okay, we get a Knight. It's kind of unfortunate we can't do anything to Domri yet. Oh, jeez. For anybody who's curious. That's me, shielding the cat from the arrows, bombs, and daggers that are the dog. Okay. So we Wrath the board. Play a Godless Shrine tapped. Get a Servo. Pass the turn. Opponent pluses, reveals it. Oh god, Questing Beast. Alright, this might not be a good matchup for us. We take 4, and there's little we can do about it. Let's go Scry. Does that do anything? I guess technically it does. We will keep a Doom Foretold. We lose History of Benalia, so we get to keep a Servo. Oh wait, we sacked one. Never mind. Play a Temple Garden. Play a Doom Foretold. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a second Questing Beast. Okay, they sack Domri. Oh, bring it here. Where is it? Where's your ball? Go get it. I don't have it. You had it. Go get it. Where did you put it? Okay, no blocks. Opponent stomps. Do they have another one? Okay, Steel Leaf. So we have to sacrifice Hidden Stockpile, because we need Doom Foretold. We draw Final Payment, which can technically keep us alive. We'll play a Plains. Pass the turn. Our opponent has to sack. Okay. I mean, that kills us too. Too many hasty dudes. Maybe we should have had an authority of the consoles or like a blind obedience in here or something. For this kind of shenanigans. Sad face. Okay, well, turns out giant hasty things that can't be blocked by servos are our weakness. We'll play first. That's fair. This looks like a relatively good hand. It's a very painful turn one Thoughtseize, but I'm going to do it. Our opponent has 5 lands, Chart a Course, and Dig Through Time. We'll take Chart a Course, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Watery Grave tapped. We draw Starfield of Nyx. I mean, we might do better with like some Concealed Courtyards or something. We're not that heavy into green. We can probably drop down. Okay. Play an Overgrown Tomb tapped. Pass the turn. Okay, play Fabled Passage. Crack Fabled Passage. We're getting another Plains. We'll play Calyx. Plus Calyx. We completely whiff. Okay. Pass the turn. Get a servo. Opponent plays and cracks a Fabled Passage. Plays a Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Mills themselves and draws. So this looks like we're against the, what do you call it deck? The Inverter of Truth combo. Wow, 2 whiffs. Right in a row. Play Doom Foretold. Get in our opponent. Opponent has to sack Jace. Okay. Okay, we're just going to sack Doom Foretold to Doom Foretold. We draw History of Benalia. +1 Jace. We get an Oath of Kaya or Starfield of Nyx number 2. And we just get Oath. Go to combat. Get in for 1. Play History of Benalia. Get a Knight. Get a Servo. Okay, opponent cycles a Fetid Pools. I don't think they had this Drowned Catacomb either, and they're about to cast Dig Through Time. I have a whole new hand of 7. We cycle Censor. Smile for the camera. Smile for the camera. Okay, they Dig Through Time. They're having a rough time digging through it. Okay. They've got nothing. So we untap, we draw. Godless Shrine, make a Knight. Plus Calyx. Birth of Meletis. Go to combat. Attack with everybody. Opponent goes to Fatal Push and Knight. That's fine. We have the technology. We can rebuild him. I'm kind of tempted to play Starfield and just get back Doom Foretold every turn. So I think I'm going to do that. Opponent's thinking real hard about it. They have an opt. Doom Foretold? I mean... Oh, no, I guess... I don't know. Yeah, not without 2 Doom Foretolds, you're right. And we just die. Had we left up Final Payment, we could have stopped them from having any blue devotion. But we tapped out. Okay. Ley Lines, Duress. Kind of want Murderous Riders. Cut Shatter the Skies. Did I seriously only have 2 Ley Lines of the Void in this deck? I thought I had 3. I guess Ashiok then. What do we cut? We cut, I guess, more of these. They're not very useful at all. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. We'll play first. Well, this hand has 2 Thought Seizes. No ley lines. I guess we try and keep this. We draw another land, we'll have pressure off of history. And if we draw a land after that and it's green, we can play Calyx. So start Godless Shrine. Thoughtseize. They have a Thoughtseize. Well, I guess we take Thassa's. No, we don't take Thassa's Oracle. Do we or don't we take Thassa's Oracle? Because if it's like their only card in graveyard, we have no way to exile it. We kind of want them to cast their Thoughtseize a little bit. Kind of. Because we're going to win with damage. We could take a different spell that does something. I'm going to take Thoughtseize. We'll Thoughtseize him again next turn. We'll take the Oracle. They drew Thoughtseize. I think they're holding 2 opts. I think I accidentally got rid of one too many of those. Alright, we'll play a hidden stockpile. They Thought Erasure us. They take Doom Foretold. Whoops. Okay, we draw Oath of Kaya. Doesn't do anything. I should have mulliganed. And not... I should have mulliganed because double Thoughtseize is not enough to really upset the balance of what my opponent is doing. Well, they don't seem to have a lot in hand. I guess we hold Oath of Kaya. Dude, what? What? You didn't even bring it back. Oh, I guess you did, but you set it over here. Why'd you do that? Okay, that's an Inverter of Truth. So now we would like to draw a final payment, and maybe we interact with Thassa's Oracle before it wins them the game. So we play Calyx. Gonna exile Inverter of Truth. They Thoughtseize our last card away, and they play a Thief of Sanity. We draw Plains, take Doom Foretold, play a Plains, play Doom Foretold. Opponent sacks Thief of Sanity. If they hold a card in hand, we'd like to draw another Thoughtseize. They Thought Erasured us so that they could maybe get a Surveil. Put another Thought Erasure in the grave. They're that much closer. Okay, well, sack Doom Foretold to Doom Foretold. We draw Oath of Kaya. Plus Calyx. Does Starfield buy us anything? I don't think so. If they draw Thassa's Oracle and hold it, Doom Foretold maybe gets us something. Off of Starfield of Nyx, that is. But I don't think we can pressure them enough. They've already done the Leyline of the Void thing. Why out of 10 experts recommend throwing the ball? I'm sorry. I know. He's very whiny. He's been asleep all day, which is great. Because I got a lot of stuff done, but now that I'm doing the thing that I can't multitask, he's like, time to play. So really my only hope is that they draw it before they can play it to win the game. Because we didn't draw what we needed. Oh, sweet, they did! Nice! Okay. Any last minute adjustments? Man, maybe we ought to have like a Tormod script for this deck, because some way to exile the grave in response to Inverter of Truth. Bring back Ravenous Trap. Yeah, we're just running it back. Ouch. Dude, careful. We have a Thoughtseize and like nothing else. I'm going to mulligan because I think we have stronger 6s. This looks a little bit better. We're going to keep... I think we put back the swamp. We have more black sources than white, and we need the white really badly. We could put back Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, let's put back Overgrown Tomb. Okay, they have a Thoughtseize. They take our Thoughtseize. We draw Final Payment. Play Temple, pass. They Thought Erasure. Take Ashiok. Play a Swamp. Play a Hidden Stockpile. Pass the turn. Okay. Opponent plays a land. We draw a Temple Garden. Might as well try and play out a History of Benalia. Okay, they cycle a Fetid Pools. They opt. Looks like they're not that far off of a Dig Through Time. They opt again. They play land. And pass. We draw Plains, make a Knight. Unfortunately, it's not another black source, so we can't double Final Payment. Get in for 2. Take our opponent to 14. Pass the turn. Totally whiffed. Okay. They dig. I guess we just have to hope that we're aggro enough to kill them this game before they assemble the combo. Oh, they just Inverter of Truth now. Okay. Yeah, sure. Sack a Knight, Scry. Put this on the bottom. We really want a black source. Sack a Knight, Scry. Doesn't do anything. Untap. We draw Duress. We can't Duress, because we only have one black source, so we just have to hope Final Payment's going to be enough here. Get a Servo. Oh. So we had to Duress. Okay. Yeah, you got me. I totally would have too, but we only had one black source because I threw away the Overgrown Tomb in the mulligan stage. But then again, they could have also had the creature, and if we'd have Duressed, it was just as likely to have been the creature. Alright. I'm not too upset about that. Move on to round 4. Why are you hoarding all the toys over there? Like, why don't you bring them back so I can throw them? Round 4. Kind of tempted to keep this. We're on the draw, it's probably fine. I'm gonna keep. Is this the same deck? Our opponent mulled to 4, or mulled to 5, so I'm gonna Thoughtseize. Take their opt. So if we draw a way to get to, or if we draw enough lands, we should be fine. Okay, Hidden Stockpile. Pass the turn. Fetch up a Plains. We draw Final Payment. Play Hidden Stockpile. Pass the turn. You didn't even bring it back, did you? Oh. You gotta set it where I can see it, dude. Yeah, let's go ahead and play History of Benalia. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Make a Knight. Go to combat. Get in for 2. Well, bring it back here. You didn't bring it back. How can I throw what you didn't bring? I think we just play another hidden stockpile. Okay. Opponent did not counter that. Opponent Azorius Charms to draw a card. Okay, pump the knights. Go to combat. Get in, get in. Opponent takes 8 and goes to 10. Now let's just run out of Doom Foretold. Okay, opponent absorbs. We get some servos. Opponent wraths. We draw Calyx, which might be better than playing Doom Foretold. Doom Foretold makes them discard and gives us a knight. Calyx is repeated card advantage. Let's play Calyx and try and just bury our opponent in card advantage, even though they're control, just because they mulligan so hard. We whiff, no card advantage for us. Okay, opponent plays to Fairy. Tux Calyx. Well, this is what Doom Foretold was built to do. Goodbye, Teferi. Your doom was foretold. Okay. Opponent is going to cast out to try and keep Teferi around. They hit hidden stockpile. They sack cast out and give it back. Okay, they untap some land. I think I'm okay with sacking a hidden stockpile here. Hush. You are fine. You have gotten attention today. Do I need to put something in one of your toys to keep you occupied for a bit? Would that be better? Is this a yes, please? Okay. I'll be right back. Maybe put something in the dog's toy. That should stop the whining for a bit. Okay, they sacked a fairy. We untap. Sack Doom Foretold. We draw Calyx. Go to combat. Get in for 1. Opponent takes it. Play Doom Foretold. Get a servo. Okay, opponent casts out Doom Foretold. We draw a History of Benalia. Go to combat. Get in for 2. Okay, they go to Seal Away. Sack it to Scry. Planes to the bottom. Take them to 11. And play History of Benalia. Okay, opponent absorbs that. We get a servo. Opponent plays Teferi, Time Raveler. They bounce hidden stockpile. We draw an isolated chapel. Go to combat. Attack Teferi. Attack Teferi. Play isolated chapel. Play Calyx. Dovin's Veto. Okay. Not much we could do about that. I was anticipating a censor. But it plays Big Teferi, pluses, and passes. We draw Hidden Stockpile. Play Hidden Stockpile number 2. Go to combat. Attack Teferi, attack Teferi. Sack a servo and scry. Godless Shrine to the bottom. Get some more servos. Okay, opponent pluses Teferi. Plays a land. Untapped. Plays other Teferi. Pluses. I got a feeling there's an instant speed Wrath coming our way. Untap. Draw Birth of Melitus. Go to combat. Attack with all creatures. Big Teferi. Sack it and scry. Shatter the sky to the bottom. Big Teferi to 2. Play Birth of Meletis. Thassa's Intervention. Counter it. I don't know why you would counter that. I don't think that's super good, but okay. Okay, opponent pluses Teferi. Plays a land. Bounces Hidden Stockpile. And untaps a land. We draw Starfield of Nyx. Wish we had another land. Go to combat. Everything at Big Teferi. Opponent's pump faking a Settle the Wreckage. Kill Big Teferi. Replay Hidden Stockpile. Dig through time. Okay. Zoria's Charm, they're really digging. I really wish I had a follow-up land for this Starfield. Sinister Sabotage. That took a heck of a lot of effort. Sack to Scry. Swamp to the bottom. They plus Teferi. Pass. We draw a Hidden Stockpile. Go to combat. Everybody at Teferi. Supreme Verdict. Play another Hidden Stockpile. Cycles Censor. Okay, we get some servos. Pass the turn. Opponent pluses Teferi to 4. We draw Birth of Meletis. Go to combat. Attack Teferi. Attack Teferi. Take him to 2. Opponent did not have a counterspell last turn and has only drawn 1 card. We're going to play Starfield. Okay. Then we're going to sack a servo. Oath of Liliana to the bottom. Get 2 servos. Pass the turn. They wrath the board. And we'll look at the top 3 cards and pick 2 of them. Okay. Opponent plays a Field of Ruin. Cycles a Censor. Cycles a Farmland. Pluses Teferi. And passes. So we're going to get back Doom Foretold. Play an Isolated Chapel. Play a Birth of Meletis. All of our guys are now enchantments. Or our enchantments are now creatures, excuse me. Go to combat. Attack Teferi, attack Teferi. In worst case scenario, we just sack Birth of Meletis at instant speed to any sort of removal. Like so. And we were never in any danger at all. Keep Oath of Kaya pass the turn. Well, we got him to waste a Wrath. That's pretty sweet. Bone Daddy, I love this deck, and thank you for helping me brew this. Actually, just thanks for brewing it, because really you came up with the idea and all the sweet includes, and I really shouldn't take any credit for this. I'm just the madman playing it in front of people. Opponent gets another Teferi. Okay. They're in about Starfield. They sacrificed Teferi to do that. Interesting. They had another one. Untap some lands. Okay, we're gonna sack Hidden Stockpile. We draw Oath of Kaya. Play a Plains. Go to combat. Attack Big Teferi and Big Teferi. Play Oath of Kaya. Kill Big Teferi. Pass turn. Get a servo. Yes! Finally! After so many years! We ground out the control deck that mulled to 4. Whew! Okay, Duress in. Destiny Spinners, why not? Murderous Riders seem good. And use some Planeswalkers. Gonna go down the Wraths. They seem really bad. Oath of Liliana seems really bad. Birth of Meletis is kind of a little bit mediocre. And yeah, try it like that. They have cast outs and stuff, so maybe Revoke Existence should come in, but okay, we cannot keep a one-lander. We need a mulligan. Oh, if this hand had black mana, I'd consider it. We'll mulligan. Okay. We'll keep 5 of these. I'm going to put back Starfield. I think we have to... I really want all 3 of these cards, but I'm not putting back lands. I think I'm going to put back Duress. And just hope that they can't counter both Hidden Stockpile and Gideon. That might be wrong, but we'll see. Okay, opponent starts Island. We draw an Overgrown Tomb. Start Overgrown Tomb tapped. Hey, if we put back a land, we would be fine. Who would have thought? Last time I remember being punished for it. Okay, opponent plays a Plains. We draw another Hidden Stockpile. Well, play a Hidden Stockpile. I'm expecting a Censor. Ooh, no Censor. No double blue. Opponent plays a Teferi. Bounces Hidden Stockpile to draw a card. We draw Plains. Play a Godless Shrine. Replay Hidden Stockpile. Opponent plays a Glacial Fortress. Pluses Teferi. Okay, we draw a 3rd Hidden Stockpile. What are the odds they play Detention Sphere? Because having 3 of these out is like value they can't compete with. They probably have an answer for Gideon. So let's just try and play these out. If they have a Detention Sphere, I'm going to be really sad. Okay, they cycle an Irrigated Farmland. I could cry. Triple kill! I'm gonna play around Censor. Just because I've been mana tithed one too many times lately. Make a token. Pass the turn. One plays a Fabled Passage. Main phase cast out for Gideon. They plus Teferi. Come on, Doom Foretold. Alright, that's not quite Doom Foretold. Attack Teferi with our Knight ally. He goes to 2. Play Birth of Meletis. Okay, they cycle Censor. So they did have it. I'm learning. Take a Plains. Play the Plains. Pass the turn. They don't know what this Overgrown Tomb is. We don't need double green. Okay, Field of Ruin. Big Teferi. They plus Big Teferi. Okay, plus Little Teferi. Untap some lands. We draw Starfield of Nyx. The 0 value Starfield of Nyx. Go to combat. Attack Little Teferi. He's going to be more annoying much faster, I think. Play Overgrown Tomb tapped. Pass the turn. Cycle, cycle. Plus Teferi, plus Teferi. Ooh, they shock a land. Interesting. We draw Doom Foretold. Gain some life. Go attacking. Hit Little Teferi. They Azorius Charm the token. We get vetoed. Pass the turn. Plus Teferi. Plus Teferi. They untap no lands. They're gonna make a soldier. Okay. We draw plains. Play a plains. Play Starfield of Nyx. It gets countered. Pass the turn. They opt. Hey, Marin Moon! Welcome to the stream. Thank you for rating. 17 people, wow. MTG Strategist, thank you for following. You're a wonderful human being. Agreed. We'll have to have a rematch coming up soon. Oh gosh, we're getting vetoed. Kenny Yu Woo is now following. Thank you for your support. You're also a wonderful human being. Everybody following Marin Moon that rated, you're all wonderful human beings. Absolutely. Alright, opponent ulted to Fairy, which means this game is over. Alright, game 3. May the power of everybody watching me lead me to victory. Okay, we're going to make no adjustments going into game 3. Hopefully we don't get immediately beaten. We are playing Abzan Starfield of Nyx Doom Foretold with a Singleton Sandwurm Convergence, which is better than it sounds. This is a really good starting hand we're going to keep. We're immediately going to start with Duress. Would like to know what's going on in our opponent's hand and maybe interact with it. Okay, they have an Absorb, a Detention Sphere, an Opt, and a Thassa's Intervention. We're going to take Detention Sphere. Thanks, Marin. Okay, opponent starts Hollowed Fountain, probably going to Opt. We draw Starfield of Nyx, play Plains, play Hidden Stockpile, pass the turn. Okay, we draw. What the hell's going on here? How many one-ups? I don't know that there's that many, actually. We just have the one Sandwurm Convergence. Okay, they played Ardenvale. So we play Isolated Chapel and play Birth of Meletis. Yeah, Sandwurm Convergence. If you discard it, you reanimate it with Starfield of Nyx. It's fun. If you like that kind of jank and you want to see more, we play a lot of it on this channel. Okay, opponent opts. Alright. Damn, son! Thank you for following. You're a wonderful human being. I appreciate you for supporting this channel. There's our one-up. Alright, so we're going to play a land. We're going to sack this wall so we get a servo and scry. Murderous Rider I'm actually going to keep on top. That's going to be pretty important. If our opponent ends up tapping out for like a Teferi or something. Okay, we get a servo. And it's important because a servo has an attack value. Our opponent cycles a Censor. And cycles an Irrigated Farmland. It is a good thing we did not Doom Foretold into an open Absorb and Censor. Alright, we untap. Gain some life. Big Monkey 369, thank you for following. You're a wonderful human being, and I thank you for your support. You feel bad you'll follow? No worries, man. You didn't offend me. I am kind of a big psycho. Alright, we're playing an Overgrown Tomb tapped, getting a servo, and passing the turn. Opponent digs through time. Okay, what do we got? Detention Sphere. Sweet. They don't have mana for Absorb or for Thassa's Intervention, so we might actually be able to land a Doom Foretold. If they just have a Censor. If they have a Dovin's Veto, it's a lot worse, but it's not backbreaking. We did draw our second Starfield. Play Doom Foretold. Okay, they have a veto. Get in 4-2. Taking a 13. Pass the turn. You throw together the 240 cards you want in a deck and then divide the totals by 4. Isn't that how everyone deck builds? Shh, don't let them onto my secret. We played a 240 card Pioneer deck the other day. And it was better than it should have been, but not fantastic. Also, I think I got distracted and didn't Murderous Rider like I was supposed to. So we're going to get in at our opponent. We're going to try and Murderous Rider this turn. Actually, no, they had mana up to counter. We're fine. We're good. All good. They play Castle of Antris. They tick up to Fairy. Oh shoot, we can't Murderous Rider. What am I saying? I'm too excited. I don't normally get this much attention. Might as well try and Swift end it. They absorb. That's fine. Go to combat. Attack our opponent for 2. They Azorius Charm a token. So we play Birth of Meletis. Grab a Plains. Play a Plains. Pass the turn. We draw an Overgrown Tomb. Get a wall. Okay. So let's Swift End to Fairy. We're trying to run them out of counter spells so we can land this Starfield of Nyx. Okay. Big Thassa's Intervention. Oh, they were looking for cards. Okay. Hey! It resolved! They probably have a Wrath. But we're still going to cast the Murderous Rider. Opponent plays an island. Plays Big Teferi. Wraths the board away. Murderous Rider goes to the bottom. Okay, they plus Teferi. They get to untap some lands. We untap. We gain some life. Play Isolated Chapel. Play Starfield. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. They plus to Fairy. We untap. We reanimate Doom Foretold. We draw a Demonic Pact. Oh, right, that's the other one off. So we're going to just try and land Sandwurm Convergence for fun with 25 seconds left on our opponent's clock. They opt. The Azorius Charm. It resolves. Worms! They sack the Tension Sphere, we get back Hidden Stockpile, and they time out. We fought a really long game 1 and won. So, nice! So we're 2-2, going into round 5 of this league. Sorry, I have to coordinate with my fiance really quick. Okay, we have a Thoughtseize, an Oath, a Starfield, and a Wrath. We're going to keep. Which we beat Blue-Black Inverter while testing. Okay, we draw an Oath of Kaya. Thoughtseize. I hope this isn't Blue-Black Inverter. This is some kind of janky blue-white control, it looks like. I'm down. I'm going to take Birth of Meletis just to keep them off of their third land, if possible, because they're not holding any cantrips. So they play Glacial Fortress. We draw. Ooh, Hidden Stockpile is good. Shock Godless Shrine. Play Hidden Stockpile. Pass the turn. They did not draw a 2-mana counterspell. They play Narset. They find a Teferi as well. We draw Doom Foretold. Well, as long as we keep hitting land drops, we should be okay. Play Oath of Kaya. Kill Narset. It's not super relevant. We don't draw a ton of cards, but having our opponent's ability to impulse like that is not great. Okay, they've decided they're just going to leave up Void Shatter, which is fine. We don't draw lands, so we're just going to pass. Okay, they even waited till the right moment to field. We don't need the green mana. It's probably better just to have another white, actually. Okay, opponent plays Glacial Fortress. We untap and draw Overgrown Tomb. Opponent still has Void Shatter up. I think it's worth just to run out Doom Foretold, because if they counter this and then tap out for like a Jace Architect of Thought or something... Oh shoot, never mind, this exiles, doesn't it? I am not used to playing against Battle for Zendikar cards. That's when I did not play Standard, in my defense. I was going to say, we could just Starfield of Nyx it back, but little do you know, I don't read. We draw another Starfield of Nyx, which is not particularly useful. We have no way to turn on Revolt at the moment, so we pass. Okay. That's good. We'll play Birth of Meletis. Go get a Plains. Play a Plains. Pass the turn. Also, if anyone hears weird noises and don't know what they are, my dog is like going ham on one of his chewies right now, and he needs to be somewhat mildly supervised. Because earlier today he found out that the TV remote is tasty. Hey, no. That's a plastic bag. Where? Ah, this animal. Make a wall. Play an isolated chapel. I'm just gonna sack the wall. Plains to the bottom. We're not gonna play Starfield yet. We get no value out of it. Get a servo. Okay, opponent goes scrying. Opponent plays a Birth of Meletis. Goes and gets a Plains. Okay, we untap, we draw. Temple Garden. Joest, alright, I'll do my best. We lose Birth of Meletis, so we already got Revolt. I think we're going to go ahead and slam the first Starfield of Nyx. Hopefully our opponent does not have another counterspell. We know 5 cards in their hand, and 5 of them are not counterspell. Opponent is deep in the tank. They're tapping. And it's another Void Shatter. That is somewhat disappointing. So we're going to get in for 1 with a servo. And pass the turn. We get another servo, because we triggered Revolt earlier. Opponent gets a wall. They play a Plains. They play a Jace. Dovin's Veto or Wrath and Land. Okay, those go to the... Which ones did they pick? Show game log. They take Dovin's Veto. How annoying. We might be able to force them to Dovin's Veto. So if we target the wall, sack Oath of Kaya to a final payment. If they Dovin's Veto this, we can land Starfield of Nyx with relative impunity. Okay. Go to combat. Attack Jace. Attack Jace. Jace down. Even though they don't have anything to sack, we're going to go ahead and play an Oath of Liliana because we do have a Planeswalker in the deck. As well as we might want more things on the board if we draw another Doom Foretold. Okay, we get a third servo. Opponent cracks Omen of the Sea, goes scrying. They lose Birth of Meletis, gain 2 life. Down comes Elspeth with Dovin's Veto back up. We draw an Overgrown Tomb, so not much help there. Go to combat. Attack Elspeth with everything. Block, block, and block. That's fine. Play Overgrown Tomb tapped. Get a servo at the end step. And pass the turn. Opponent makes some soldiers. Plays Little Teferi. Bounces our token. We draw. Forest. Play a forest. Shatter the sky. Okay. Pass the turn. Just kind of throwing that out there, hoping they would Dovin's veto it. Just for funsies. Thinking that I might be out of everything. But they didn't, because they're better at this game than I am. They make more soldiers. Take up Teferi. Play a Field of Ruin. Play Big Teferi. Plus Big Teferi. And untap some lands. We draw Oath of Kaya. Okay, well, we're going to play Oath of Kaya. Kill Little Teferi. Pass the turn. They have another one. So if they ult Elspeth and we can land Sandwurm Convergence, we're actually safe. I mean, relatively. Our opponent now has 4 active Planeswalkers. They get in for 3. That's fine. They untap some lands. We draw Isolated Chapel. So we'll Shatter the Sky, play Isolated Chapel, pass the turn. When it makes a soldier, everybody ticks up. They get in for 1. We go to 14. Okay. We draw Godless Shrine. Alright, well, Godless Shrine tapped. Run out Starfield of Nyx. It gets vetoed, and I'm going to call it now. Okay, so post-sideboarding, we're set up a little bit better to deal with blue-white control. In comes Duress, Gideons, Murderous Riders, Destiny Spinners, and out goes Shatter the Sky, which might be bad because our opponent did have more creatures than I anticipated, but Oath of Liliana feeling especially bad here. Probably don't need 4 Births of Meletis, so I'm going to go down to 2, and we'll run it like that. Okay, we'd love to play first. Unfortunately, no turn 1 Thoughtseize. However, this is a good hand we will keep. Start Temple Guard tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent starts Island. We draw Destiny Spinner. That seems kind of like fun right now, so we're going to play Destiny Spinner. Hopefully we don't get annulled. And hopefully our opponent just kept a hand of like 7 counterspells. Though at the first sign of a Wrath, we're probably in trouble taking this line. Our opponent plays a Plains, plays Birth of Meletis. We draw Isolated Chapel, play Isolated Chapel. Thoughtseize our opponent. They have Void Shatter, Spell Queller, and Omen of the Sea. So we're going to take Spell Queller, play Hidden Stockpile, get in for 2. They get a wall. We draw Final Payment, play a Plains. No attacks, actually. Play History of Benalia. Okay. Opponent flashes in Omen of the Sea. They gain some life. They play a Plains. They pass, we draw an Overgrown Tomb, and we get a Knight. Go to combat. We could have played a land and animated there, and maybe that was better. But I'm kind of worried they have a Seal Away, because they are holding 6 cards. Play an Oath of Kaya, shoot down the wall. Okay, opponent thirsts for meaning. Don't we all? Discarding Birth of Meletis, and I think another Birth for Meletis? Birth of Meletis? Okay, they got a Wrath. That really sucks. The no value History of Benalia. We draw Final Payment, which unfortunately is not very useful in the slightest. Get a Servo, pass the turn. We did not have anything big and scary to land that turn. Opponent plays a Hallowed Fountain tapped. We draw a Fabled Passage, so we're going to play it. Get in for 1. Crack Fabled Passage. Get a Swamp. Pass the turn. Get another Servo. Opponent makes a Soldier. They shock a Hallowed Fountain. Play Jace. Uptick Jace. to nullify all of our servos. How rude. They get in for 1. We're not going to trade. Stop on our upkeep. Sack a servo to scry. Overgrown Tomb to the bottom. We draw a Doom Foretold. Okay, unfortunately we cannot land that through double Void Shatter, so we're just going to pass turn. Get a servo. Okay, opponent keeps taking up Jace, plays a Gaia Reach Sanitarium. They get in for 1. That's fine. We draw an Oath of Kaya. Which we are going to play. It might tempt our opponent to counter. It does not. Doesn't matter which one we keep. We're going to shoot Jace. Okay, we triggered Revolt. We get another servo. Opponent flashes in Omen of the Sea. It's their Preordain on. They play an island. They tick up Jace. They go attacking. We'll trade. We untap. We draw Oath of Kaya. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. But we will play another Oath of Kaya. Doesn't matter which one we keep. Hit Jace with it. Don't bother attacking because of Architect of Thoughts Plus. We get a servo. They go scrying with Omen by sacrificing it. They tick up Jace. They play a Castle Vantress. We untap. Sack a servo to scry. We kind of need to start hitting some Thoughtseizes, like running Thoughtseizes and or Arduress. We do have 4 in the deck currently. Pet the dog. Yes. Okay, hidden stockpile number 2 doesn't do anything, unfortunately. We draw. We could have attempted to play it just to see if our opponent would Void Shatter it, but I feel that our opponent is competent enough they're not going to do that. Okay, we get a Gideon. Ally of Zendikar, who I think is slightly more important to try and resolve. So we're going to try and land this Doom Foretold. They're going to Void Shatter. Okay, that's 1. Now if we can top deck a Duress, this Gideon will actually be pretty decent. Okay, opponent sacks their other Omen, goes scrying again. They take up Jace. They play a land. And they pass. Well, I mean, at this rate, I'd rather land Sandwurm Convergence. Let's see, that's 6. We need 2 more mana to get to Sandwurm Convergence. So we're going to go ahead and sack a servo to scry. You gotta wait a minute. You have to wait a minute, okay? Godless Shrine to the top. We're gonna go ahead and run out Gideon. We have to try and run him out of counter spells because they keep insisting on ticking up Jace rather than ticking down. Okay, there's the other Void Shatter. We pass the turn, we get a servo. If this goes to game 3, we are almost certainly going to win, unless we get, like, I have to mulligan into an Oblivion. Okay, opponent makes a human. And thirsts for meaning. Okay, they take up Jace. Go lay down. Go in. Go lay down. We'll trade with the human. We don't really lose anything. We lose our volume of tokens, but that doesn't matter too much. We'll draw our land. Sack a servo to scry. Land to the top. Alright. Pota goes scrying with Castle Vantress. Hey, you have to wait. Go lay down. You are fine. All of your needs have been taken care of. You don't need to be whiny right now. Alright, opponent throws out a detention sphere on that hidden stockpile. Yes, the hidden stockpile was the problem. They only have 2 cards in hand. So with any luck, our Hail Mary Sandwurm Convergence will resolve. Oh, they had the 3rd Void Shatter. How unfortunate. Well, they had a long time to prepare, so I guess it's not too... out. Alright, Calyx. Play Calyx. Spell Queller, okay. Sure. You can have a Spell Queller. But you gotta pay for it. Sack Servo. Kill the Spell Queller. They're gonna go scrying. Ooh, did we finally grind him out? Alright, Calyx. We recast for free. Plus Calyx. We find a Doom Foretold. Pass the turn. Oh, finally. Opponent has us go looting. We're going to discard Final Payment. We drew Murderous Rider. Okay, they go Omen of the Sea. They're going to preordain. They play Narset, Parter of Veils. They -2 to find something. They're thinking. Elspeth, Sun's Champion. That is a card. And a half. They play an Elspeth. They make a bunch of tokens. They plus Jace. And they play a land. They are out of cards in hand. Finally. Okay. We draw. We draw Temple Garden. Plus Calyx. We get a 2nd Doom Foretold. Or a Hidden Stockpile. I think we take Doom Foretold. We Swift End Elspeth. That is their fast lane to victory. And we're going to go ahead and cast a single Doom Foretold. Temple Garden in tapped. And pass the turn. Sorry, the layout's getting to be kind of a mess here. Okay, opponent sacks Rest in Peace. They minus to find a Rest in Peace. They plus Jace. That's going to be pretty bad. They can Spell Twine and get whatever our best card is for them. They land a Rest in Peace. 3 at us. 1 at us. None at us. 3 at Calyx. And we Oath of Kaya them a lot. Okay. We'll trade with one of the soldiers. Calyx goes to 4. We untap. We have to sack. We're going to sack Oath of Kaya. We draw Hidden Stockpile, which is actually a pretty freaking awesome draw right now. So we play a Hidden Stockpile. Opponent has a Dovin's Veto. Cast Murderous Rider. Plus Calyx. We get a Demonic Pact. Play Demonic Pact. Pass the turn. Opponent makes a soldier. Untaps. Has to sack. Sacks an Omen to scry. Sacks Rest in Peace. Spell Twines with Jace, Architect of Thought. They get something from our deck and something from theirs. They get a Teferi Time Raveler and their own Calyx. Okay, Calyx resolves. Teferi resolves. Calyx puts Demonic Pact under Detention Sphere. Narset number 2. They go Impulsin. They find a Dovin's Veto. That's kind of bad for us. Okay, they bounce Murderous Rider. And they go attacking at Calyx. Okay. Doom Foretold triggers. We sack Doom Foretold. We draw Doom Foretold. So, let's see. I think we Murderous Rider. We're going to Swift End, I think, Teferi, because our opponent has not been using Narset with Gaia Reach Sanitarium. I think our opponent has completely forgot that synergy exists. So we're going to pretend that's not a thing. Okay, they Dovin's Veto. Good. plus Calyx. We whiff. Okay, that's unfortunate because that means Calyx is going down this turn, but we'll play a Doom Foretold. It's really sad that Omen of the Sea is so good against Doom Foretold in situations like this. Okay, they Ardenvale out another soldier, or human, I guess. Opponent sacks Omen of the Sea. They plus Teferi, plus Calyx. They find a Birth of Meletis. They minus with Narset. Find another Birth of Meletis. Opponent plays a Fabled Passage. Looks like they're going to go ahead and kill Calyx. One at us. Okay, unfortunately we have to sack Doom Foretold to itself. Now we draw. It's a land. Play a land. Cast the only thing we can. Pass the turn. Dang. It looks like our opponent's going to have us this time. We could still draw a Wrath, and if our opponent doesn't have a counterspell, that would reset the board to a state where they might time out before they win. Like, we still have outs in the form of, like, Starfield of Nyx. We still have Calyxes in the deck. Oh, we did. We actually took out the Wraths. So, okay. Rest in Peace kind of sucks. We still have a Murderous Rider, which would really help. Okay, we have to sack Doom Foretold. Play a land. Pass the turn. We're going to see this one out to the bitter end. But it makes a soldier. Is having some trouble making the soldiers. Makes another soldier. Or human, excuse me. Yeah, being able to get rid of that hidden stockpile and Demonic Pact really hurt us. We'll spite them with a duress. Yeah, I think our opponent could have had us dead way sooner because they've had Narset and Gaia Reach this whole time. And really, they could just make us discard at our draw step every time we draw. But they did not do that. And we go down with one mighty swing. So our opponent had a couple of timely counterspells. I probably made a bunch of misplays, but that was still a really sweet match of Magic, and I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you everybody who tuned in. Thank you everybody who raided with Marin Moon. Thank you to Big Monkey 369, Dam_Sun, Kenny Yu Woo, and MTG Strategist for following your all wonderful people. Thanks Bone Daddy for overseeing this chat and helping me build this crazy, crazy deck. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Next stream will not be Saturday. It will be a different day. I have to determine which, and link will be in my Discord. If you like this kind of content, we play a lot of stuff like this. You can check me out on YouTube or Twitch. Same name as this one. Alright, for reals. Bye.